Hi, I'm Chris.
And I'm Jeremy.
And I'm Fergal.
And we're from Movie Smash.
Comic book movies are having a golden age right now with the MCU.
Movies based on comics aren't necessarily a new thing, but they're a big thing.
Join us every other Tuesday on Movie Smash.
We explore these movies and find some hidden gems.
Every other week, we revisit some of the best.
And some of the worst movies based on comics or graphic novels.
Was Green Lantern as bad as you remember?
Heck no!
Is Time Cop the most accurate time travel movie ever created?
Absolutely.
Was Mystery Men way ahead of its time?
Should they be revisited? Should they be forgotten?
Join us on Movie Smash and find out. Listen wherever you find your fine podcasts.
Okay, everybody, welcome to the latest episode of All2-ReelToo. My name is Michael E. Cullen II, and with me, as always, is...
Sesame, I was violated by this movie, Encarta.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Do you need to talk to somebody? I can recommend a therapist to you or something.
I mean, I have one. I'll probably talk to her tomorrow about it, but, and talk to her about the movie.
With everything else going on in the world, you're going to be worried about him.
I'm gonna
a movie from almost 30 years ago.
gonna dedicate the minutes to talking about Spawn, 1997. Yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe just wait until they come out with the reboot of it that they're supposed to be making sometime soon. So
Say that for like 10 years, though.
I know.
So
the latest I've heard is that Jamie Foxx is going to play him, but
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyways, if you haven't guessed yet by the description title of this episode or anything like that, folks, we're covering the 1997 comic book based film Spawn. Here for our All2-October. Yeah. Like I said, the movie came out in 1997. It was directed by Mark A.Z. Dippe, D-I-P-P-E with one of those like little things above his E.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing his name right or not. He's known for as far as directing goes. He directed Marmaduke, the animated movie, The Boxcar Children, Michael Jackson's Halloween. The fuck is that?
I don't know.
It came out in 2017.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. It's like an animated film called Michael Jackson's Halloween. Now I have to find that movie. Okay. Directed like Garfield's Pet Force. As far as like live action movies go, he's directed Frankenfish and Halloween Town High. Yeah, that's, stuff like that. He's done visual effects and stuff on movies too. So yeah, we got that going for him. This was written by the director. It's also written by Alan B. McElroy, who was a writer for Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers, Wrong Turn 2021, wrote episodes of Star Trek Discovery, Vampire Diaries, and other stuff. Also writing credit goes to Todd McFarlane, the creator of the character for the comic books. So yeah. Movie stars Michael Jai White as Al Simmons, a.k.a. Spawn, John Leguizamo as Clown, a.k.a. The Violator, Martin Sheen as Jason Wynn, Theresa Randle as Wanda Blake, Nicol Williamson as Cagliostro. He's the dude in the trench coat and shit.
Yeah.
This was like his last film before he died. So yeah, got D.B. Sweeney as Terry Fitzgerald, who in the comic books is black, but the studio thought that if you had another black lead character in the movie, people would think that the movie's just aimed at black people, so they wouldn't let them cast a black guy in the role or something.
You got 2, okay? Come on, like you got 3 already. So technically,
yeah. So yeah. We got Melinda Clarke as Jessica Priest. We got Miko Hughes as Zach. He's the little kid, homeless kid. People might know him from Wes Craven's New Nightmare, also from Kindergarten Cop, the original one. I think he was the kid who said like boys have penises and girls have vaginas or whatever. Yeah. You got Cindy Beaudoin as or Beaudoin, I don't know how you say her name, as Cyan. Michael Papajohn, that's his name, as Glenn, Zach's dad. The devil Malbolgia, the like big bad of the movie, is voiced by Frank Welker, aka Fred from Scooby-Doo, and the current voice of Scooby-Doo. Also, I believe he was the voice of what's his name, the bad Decepticon guy on Transformers. So back in the day, he was the voice of Abu in Aladdin. This is just stuff I know off the top of my head. I'm not even looking at his IMDb. He's in like every animated movie ever made. So, and he's still voicing shit. But yeah, he's a legend. I just had to get to him on here. But there's other people that were in the cast too, but I'm not going to name them. I'm sorry. So, Sesame, what's your initial reactions to this? I forgot to say that the Internet Movie Database short synopsis here is an elite mercenary is killed but comes back from hell as a reluctant soldier of the devil. So what's your initial reactions here of Spawn 1997?
Oh, shoot. Not great. I'll say that much. Not great. I remember actually seeing this in the theaters with my friend. His dad took us, and I remember being very disappointed after he left because of how bad it was and how because I remember because this is like on the tails of I had HBO as I was a kid, like we were like middle class, like, and so sometimes at night they would show this animated series on Spawn. Yeah, and I would watch even. Yeah, it came out
the same year as this. Yeah.
Oh, and so I think it was a comic book before that.
Yeah, it was a comic book before this, obviously, but the animated series came out because the comic book started in 1992. The animated series and this movie both came out in 97. So
yeah, and so like I was like maybe like 12, 13 or something like that, and I would watch it sometimes late at night on HBO, and I was like, "Oh, this is really cool. It's graphic. It's got story. The acting's pretty good. What could go wrong, right?" And so I could go wrong, actually. In fact, and a lot did go on that we'll talk about. But side note, my friend's dad, he took us, and he was like, he never really took us to much stuff. Like he was kind of like a angry parent type dude or whatever. Like so, like this is like one of the few times that like he actually offered to take somewhere that was to see Spawn, and he loved it. He thought he laughed. He thought the clown guy was hilarious. I'm like, this is my least favorite the movie. Like,
I remember the animated show. I didn't see it until after I saw this movie. I believe I saw this movie like on DVD when it came out, and then I saw the animated series years later. But like the voice of Spawn is Keith David from Community and other things. He's like the second, like if I had to choose to have my life narrated by somebody and it wasn't Morgan Freeman, it would be Keith David. So that's how great of a voice he has. Yeah,
I would say number one, Morgan Freeman. Number two for me. Just not like his Morgan Freeman's, but I mean, like his voice has been a part of my life for a long time. He does voices for video games. It was like a really popular video games. Like you said, he was in Community, which is like a lesser known role of his, but I still love that show. But one of the first things I remember his voice for was this documentary I had gotten simply just called Islam, and that was when I got really into Islam. And he was a narrator of documentary. I had no idea until years later that he was the guy who did all of the narration and stuff. I'm like, God, Keith David's like been in my life in some shape or form. Huh?
Is he Muslim? Is he Muslim?
I don't think so. I think he was just doing narration. I mean, I don't. Not that I know of, at least. And that was kind of so. It's like, Keith David's like been in my life in some shape or form, pretty much like my entire adult.
I got the answer here. He also did narration work for the Bible. He was asked if he was a religious man. He said, I'm not a religious man. I'm a man of spirit. Religion can get political. I believe in God and spirit. I believe in church. I've been baptized. I've gone to Catholic, Baptist, Episcopal, and Church of God in Christ. In the same interview, he credited his success to God's grace and said his favorite scripture is Psalms 116. So yeah. So yeah, there we go. But anyways, enough about Keith David. He's not in this movie. So sadly. Well, I don't know. Michael Jai White is awesome too. So, yeah, he's got a great voice too. So, yeah. So, yeah, I don't remember. I know I saw this movie before, but I don't remember seeing it. If that makes sense. I mean, I don't remember it. I didn't remember anything about it except for John Leguizamo. So,
yeah, me too. With weird things like certain lines and stuff, like I would remember, but stuff that in the deep recesses of my mind, stuff I don't even ever think about at all. A line here, a line there. I'll remember like a short scene. Like at one point, like Cloud is like eating a slice of pizza with maggots on it, and I'm like, oh, okay. I unfortunately remember that now.
Which it was like these worms that he ate off of the pizza and stuff. Those were real. He put them in his mouth and had to spit them out right after the takes and stuff and throw up. I read in some trivia. Yeah,
you've done whatever. Okay. It must have been that bad.
I guess it was his choice to do it, though. So more power to him.
Okay.
And I love John Leguizamo, so he's cool. So he's a great guy. So yeah. What's that?
I can't think of the word right now. Not sadistic. The other version of
masochistic.
Masochistic of him to eat the worm.
Yeah, I was reading some trivia and some stuff from like an interview with John Leguizamo about this movie, and he said the other thing too is that it took an hour for him to be able to go to the bathroom while he was in that big clown suit. So one time he just pissed in the suit because they couldn't get it off in time. So.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah. But it took him like 2 hours to get everything on, but it took like an hour for just the like suit part of it to come off so he could use the facilities, So it's just like...
I would have figured it would take longer to put on 2 hours, so that's actually pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, it might have just been the suit that took 2 hours to get on, but sometimes when you put something on, it takes longer than taking it off sometimes, because that's how I do it, because like I get all nice and dressed up before I go out on a date, and then the woman just rips off the clothes. Oh wait, that doesn't happen because nobody likes me.
You get one of those like pull away thing, like where you just like rip the jeans off and tear away clothing.
Breakaway clothing, yeah. So, what happened?
Cool sack. Sorry. Then he could be John Coolsack, like an old reference to whatever.
Oh yeah, Johnny Coolsack. So back to the movie. What happens here?
Sorry, we're getting a little too trying to avoid talking about. So like this dude, his name is Al Simmons. He's like a really good mercenary. He takes out the bad guys. Basically, that's what his job is. And doing big hits. Turns out that there was a bunch of innocent people that he killed, but he wasn't told that beforehand. So then he wants to quit his job now because he's like, hey, I'm not going to kill innocent people. Like, that's not what I'm doing here. And then his boss is like, no, fuck, you're not going to do it because you have to do it now because I, control you or whatever. I'm going to kill your family or something like that. So he's like, oh, okay. Like, just do one more job for me and, we'll be square or whatever. It's like, okay. And by the way, this scene's hilarious. Not hilarious, but it's so 90s coded. It's got like the machine gun stuff. Like that gunfire sounded much different than it does now in movies. It's a lot more, it's not as loud as gunfire new movies are, but like or going on. There's like guns. Silencers were a big thing for some reason in the 90s. I don't know why that was a thing, but like silencers were a huge thing in like Face Off, a bunch of other movies. It was an interesting time for shoot 'em up movies. But anyway, he kills these dudes in like the control room. He puts like this missile, shoots the missile out, kills a bunch of people. Yay! And then his partner from the bureau or whatever, one of his partners, like, hey man,
like his best friend, Terry Fitzgerald,
and he's like, hey man, like you okay? He's like, yeah, and whatever, blah blah blah, and stuff. Like I don't remember exactly the conversation, but a lot happens in the first like few minutes of the movie, but then it drags on after.
Yeah.
so this line
basically, like his partner picks him up at the one point in the morning, and his Wanda Blake, his wife, his girlfriend, I mean, sees him and says, make sure you bring my man home tonight and to Fitzgerald. And and then they go off to work and whatever. And Jason Wynn, played by Martin Sheen, who I met once, but that's another story altogether. But randomly, when I went to the James Dean Museum in Fairmount, Indiana, he just happened to be there.
That's cool. God, he played so up in this movie, though.
Yeah, what's that?
His character was so over the top in this movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he said he wanted to be in a superhero movie. That's why, or a comic book movie. That's why he took this role on, just because he wanted to be in one. And this is like early on in the like renaissance of comic book movies. Like, I mean, this is like before X-Men and before Blade and stuff like that. So, but it's post Batman and all the movies in between. But so who knows what you were getting into with this? I mean, Spawn is a great character, and it's, I want to see a really good movie based on Spawn. And I mean, this movie had its points, but it definitely, I think it was made too soon is the main thing. The special effects weren't there yet and everything. So, but anyways, Simmons tries to quit, but Wynn ends up ordering his top assassin, who's named Jessica Priest, to murder him while he is on the mission. But before he dies, Wynn sets him on fire. And what's that? Yeah.
Like, you couldn't just kill him. He's kind of set him on fire. Like,
like you do. Yeah. Every time I've killed somebody, I set them on fire.
Whoa.
Wait. I haven't killed anyone. But if I did, I would set them on fire.
Maybe don't say that right now.
Just to be clear, folks, that was a joke. I do not want to kill anyone, period.
Very good.
Yes.
But our boy...
Like, if I fictionally wanted to kill someone, I would set them on fire because I hate fire and I think it would hurt. So
so our bro Wynn sets our bro Simmons on fire in the North Korean lab, right, or something like that.
It's like he sets him on fire, and and he's after that happens, Simmons arrives in hell, where we find out later he was offered a deal by this Malbolgia, the big devil guy, voiced by,
I don't know a devil, but he's like
he's a devil or a demon. The big demon guy who's voiced by Fred from Scooby-Doo. It's just funny to think
that thing terrified more than like most of like the new stuff now, just because the CGI work. Yeah, all the way. So it had like this really like uncanny effect on my mind. I'm like, oh my God.
I mean, it kind of reminded me of like, I don't know, early, like, I don't know, like PlayStation 1 video games or something, It was kind of like that.
A little bit.
Yeah. He becomes this eternal servant, to this big bad, gets a deal to become servant and leader of his army in the Armageddon. Not the movie Armageddon, but
kind of be crossed over to each other.
And then he'll be able to return to Earth to see his wife. So he accepts. He returns to the Earth, being known as a hellspawn, and he's like all burnt up and crispy looking.
That's out of fire.
And 5 years have passed since his death, which he finds out, and in that time, Wanda is now married to Fitzgerald, his best friend, and he's living as the stepfather to his daughter, Cyan. So yeah. See, I wasn't 100% sure if that was his daughter or Fitzgerald's daughter, because I couldn't tell, because she was kind of light-skinned and stuff, so I couldn't really tell if she was like that, but I guess it is like his daughter that he never really got to know. So
because I think that's why I think she was going to tell him that she was pregnant that night when he said that. That's my guess. By the way, just a little thing here. Why? I mean, they did not explain it, but why did it wait 5? Like, was he just sitting in hell for 5 years to hear a conversation from the devil? Like, it took that long to get an audience with the devil? like, come on, I got a million talk to you here. Like,
he was in this waiting room the whole time, just waiting to talk to him.
It's like they show the flashback, and it's like he's like, lead my army. And he's like, I will do it. And I'm like, it took you 5 years to have that conversation. Like,
maybe time like passes really weirdly in hell.
It must have been like, and so I'm like, okay, it took 5 years to have that like 30-second conversation with the devil or whatever his weird name is.
Yeah, but that wouldn't make any sense too, because they go back to hell other times and then they come right back and it's the same time. So it's not like, so.
And time's unpredictable. So at that point, it just was regular time. So,
it slows down when, the demons want it to, and it speeds up when they don't,
you could just like go in and out of hell without like the permission of this devil. Doesn't seem like he's that all powerful, really. Doesn't have much control over his own realm. It seems like,
yeah. You know how it goes. Yep.
You know how it goes. He's not very. Now I know why he's a devil, not the devil, because he's not. I was always imagining that there's probably some kind of hierarchy of like demons, like within this realm, or even like within like mythology, where like each demon king's like trying to vie to become like, the most powerful one. So like there's like a different tier. So it's like maybe he was like hoping like level up or level down rather.
Yeah, his name comes from Dante's Inferno, which was actually used as a name of a place, which is the ditches in the 8th circle of hell, where humans who committed the sin of fraud are punished. Yeah, wow. Yeah, and I guess in the comic books, he's Spawn's master who serves as one of the major lords of hell. So I guess this is more of a like rule by committee as opposed to a president or a dictator sort of situation, I guess.
Even hell's got more of a decentralized form of control than our country does. Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. that's comforting to know. Even hell, like, hey, we don't just all rule by dictate here. Like, what? We have like a meeting every week and bi-weekly, and and we make our opinions heard and stuff. It's not too bad. But yeah, that's what we used to our fucking clown guy. Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, it's like if you know anything about religion, it's like how Catholics have the Pope. He's like all ruling, and like Baha'is have the Universal House of Justice. So it's like that.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Oh god.
No. I don't want to compare hell to an actual religion. So. Yeah. So anyways, Cyan is being raised by Terry and Wanda now, and so Cyan's having like her 5th birthday or something, and 4th or 5th birthday, whatever it would work out time wise, I don't know. And there's a clown like guy there at the party who's like a 4 foot tall little pudgy clown. Poor John Leguizamo had to be like on his knees when he was doing a lot of the acting.
Why would they
make himself shorter than everybody else? Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't have just hired a little person, but
how would they choose that clown? Because he's so scary looking.
I know.
It's so weird.
Maybe it was like a sight unseen thing where you like call up and be like, "Hey, can you send a clown to the party?" And you just get that, wasn't like there was a catalog with a picture or anything. I don't know. I've never ordered a clown for a party. Reminds me of that SNL sketch with Louis C.K. where he just orders a clown for himself because he's sad.
Yes. That's such a weird. Yeah, I like this.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Louis C.K.'s actions in life, but that was a funny sketch. Sad sketch. Anyways, so what else goes on here? I'll let you talk a little bit.
Yeah. So the clown shows up. So does Simmons. He kind of stumbles out into the real world for a while, and there's this like ancient looking dude who's like been surveying him to see if he'll fight for this side of good versus the side of evil. And he's like, hey, you're always welcome here in our trash circle where everyone's homeless. Great, thanks. Thank you for the warm welcome. Literally, because there's burning hells. And so he's like, fuck you, I'm going, leave me alone, whatever. His face is all burnt to a crisp and shit. The clown dude already at one point had talked to him, but I think he kind of forgot about it because he was like sort of like, your mind was all there. So I think he just forgot better. And so he shows up to the party looking all burnt and shit. And for some reason, his dog Spaz immediately recognizes him. No one else does, but for some reason, Spaz,
dogs are.
I don't know, smell him maybe or something.
Yeah, and dogs can sense good people. It was. I was just at my my sister's earlier, and they've got a new dog named Millie who was still kind of young and had been like jumping up and being kind of mean and stuff to people. She came right up to me today and was being all nice and like rubbing her head against my legs and wanting some loving, and I was giving her hugs, and then I would say kisses, and then she would lick my face. Just randomly. Like I taught her a trick. You just say kisses, and then she licks your face. Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah, so he's out there like burnt and crispy and shit, literally hiding in the bushes, really creepy. Like I would be freaking out if I saw some guy just like hiding in the bushes, these faces all burnt, like what?
Yeah,
and but like so yeah,
I would be too if it wasn't the normal guy who's in my bushes, but you know, if it was a different guy,
that's different guy. But yeah. Spaz totally out with his old master, his old dude or whatever.
Yeah.
Not too freaked out about him either, which is kind of interesting because normally a kid, if they saw like someone's burnt face, they'd be freaking out kind of. She's just kind of like cool with it, which is weird. Like maybe she's doing a day where she just is not like fazed by like blood and gore and stuff. Like she can just see through it. So that's kind of nice. And but everyone else is freaking out. The Wanda, Terry, I'm like, get away. And you know, he's like, it's okay. His name is Spawn or whatever, because he didn't even want to tell her that was his name. He's just like, it's Spawn. It's like, what I like about this movie though is that they at least tried to put in the effort of making him like an actual human being character with like a personality other than just like I'm a brooding superhero kind of guy, because like just right there, like doesn't really want to call himself Spawn. He's kind of like self-deprecating about it. At one point when he's testing his powers, he's kind of like, holy fucking shit, you know, like he's like kind of acting like a person would act, you know. And so that was kind of cool. But yeah, Terry and Wanda are not having it. They make him leave. The clown guy claims that he works for him, which makes it even creepier because he's like, bad, crispy. I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like it's just so weird. And so he drags, you know, Spawn out and tells him what's up, basically like, hey, you got this mission. Remember, you gotta go kill Win, the guy who killed you. It's pretty simple enough, right? He's like, yeah, it sounds good. The clown, which later on we later learn, sorry if I can talk, his name is Violet. He's actually a demon, but he just takes on the clown form when he wants to be humanoid, I guess.
Yeah.
And so
kind of like Pennywise or something.
A little bit like Pennywise, but even creepier, I think. Yeah, actually, just so he's a demon himself. He actually is kind of angry at the. I'm not even gonna try to say his name. At the head demon. He thought that he deserved the right to lead Hell's army because I guess he has seniority or tenure or something like that. And you know, the devil's like, no, it's not you. It's this guy instead. So he kind of like on by having to be his trainer essentially. You know, because he's like trained replacing it, kind of in a way. But the same token, he's also playing both sides because he's also having Win. Okay, I don't really understand this part. So does Win know that like hell exists, or it's like
I guess guess so because he's like working with Clown. So it's like
So does he like the whole world will be destroyed? But that includes him though, right? So like I didn't really quite understand the agenda.
Maybe he was promised to like be some bigwig in hell or something. I don't know.
Because I didn't really quite get that too much. But yeah, so he's also working with Win. He's like, hey, you know, I'm going to put this like thing, like a bomb device in your heart, like a pacemaker thing. And so if your heart stops, the bomb's going to go off and kill like billions of people. So no one's going to really want to kill you now. But he didn't tell, you know, Spawn that. So he's just like, hey, I'm giving you a chance to go kill your killer, which for some reason does not even make Spawn think twice. Like, oh, why is this evil clown just giving me a gift that I can take revenge on this guy for no reason whatsoever, no price to pay? Like, come on, it's kind of dumb. You were there for 5 years. You should remember, you know, shit that happened to you. But no, he doesn't even think twice about the idea that like maybe this clown guy is playing both sides a little bit because.
Well, I mean, I think his memory was fragmented. They said at one point, so that's why he doesn't remember shit. So yeah,
but he does remember Win though. That's one of the last things he does remember is Win.
Yeah, I think more so his memories of the last 5 years have been fucked up. So he doesn't really remember, you know, hanging out in hell or whatever. So yeah.
Yeah, in hell. There you go. Yeah, he probably doesn't remember that. But yeah, our boy Clown here, he's fucking shit up like usual. He's acting all weird. He keeps following him around like in the homeless area that he's at. bugging him all the time, eating maggots off of pizza, eating worms off of other shit, just being a nuisance, just annoying. I hate this character so much. I cannot stand. I cannot describe how much I hate this character. Like this character. The main thing that ruined the movie for me when I first saw it in the movie theaters. I hated him so much. It's like, it's okay, like a few things here and there, but it's just like constant one little saying and quit after the next.
Yeah, it's speaking of like I mentioned Aladdin earlier. It's kind of like the genie in Aladdin, but like not as good and like more annoying. You know, I just could not. Oh God, yeah. I just could not. I get it. The character was meant to be irritating, but it was like I just could not. To be honest, I don't think I've even seen the movie since I saw it in 1997. To be honest, so it's just so angry, and so he's like, I mean, I would be pissed off too if this guy's following me around all the time, just trying to get my goat constantly and farting and shit and. At one point, he even wore out, so he's got skid marks in his underwear. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, dude! Like, get out of here, get up. Like, it's like kind of like the demon and angel on both shoulders, kind of thing. So you got him. He's like there to constantly remind him of like his mission, basically, that he gets to see Wanda as he gets to lead Hell's army to defeat God, I guess, or something. But then the other person is this guy who's a former assassin, and that he also was given the same deal, I guess, from the demon. Yeah,
and I forgot.
But he got his soul back and escaped. So yeah.
That'll be the thing about this. So again, this demon is not very good at his job. Like he's got limited power, because for one thing, apparently people could just go in and out of hell at their own pleasure. I mean, I guess you could call it, I don't know, whatever you'd call it. So he doesn't have control about or exits from his realm. That's a big thing right there. Like that's probably like number one thing you should have control over is who gets to enter and who gets to leave your realm. If you can't even control that, everything else falls apart. Like that, you know, theatrics, forget all the cool shit. Start with basic. That was his problem. He's probably like a fashionable demon. He's probably like, oh, I want all the cool shit right now. I want all the lava and the cool volcano shit going on. I want these weird like rafts that are like swimming in the lava. I want all of that, but I'm not going to care too much about who gets to come in and come out. Well, there you go.
It's like a person that rules and only cares about themselves and doesn't actually care about the people or demons they're serving. And you know, nothing like that has ever happened in the real world, though.
I mean, like, if you consider like the lava and stuff is like this demon's ballroom, for example, and he's like he wants to take really make ballroom / lava room look really cool, but he doesn't really care about like security that often. So anyway, so this demon's I mean the demon in this movie. Sorry, I didn't mean the other demon, but the demon. I guess both demons are dumb, but like this demon, you know, he looks all scary and shit, and he probably is, but he doesn't have very much control over his own realm. And this has happened a few times. Spawn, I think, has entered at least 2 or 3 times back in and out of hell and was able to get out. And apparently now you could just get your soul back? How does that work out exactly? Like, you could just decide that you're not going to, like, fight for him anymore? Which, that's, like, a weird... Like, you think a powerful demon would have a thing where, like, if you try to, like, not do it, I'm just going to, like, actually kill you, or I'm just going to, like, make you, force you to it. But, like, you have so little power that you can't just control someone's soul. They can just get their soul back. That's odd. And like at one point, literally, he's flying out of hell and then tries to grab him, and he can't reach high enough to get Spawn and then take him back into hell. So you're telling me you're a demon who doesn't even have the power to really? That's what we're going with here? Wow. Okay. So apparently to have a normal looking body that doesn't like have any supernatural abilities. Like I'm thinking if I'm a demon, like superpowers, I would have like be able to stretch my limbs, for example. Like if I need to grab something, oh shoot, my arm only goes this amount of feet. Oh, I can't do anything now. Really? You're a demon? Okay. I don't agree with you. I think you're dumb, and I'm glad that you're dead. Anyway,
it makes a lot of sense to me. No, I'm joking.
It makes so much sense to me. This guy cannot control Spawn and whoever else comes in and out of his fucking realm. And so this other dude, he's like trying to get Spawn to like realize like, hey, your old life, is just your old life. You can't have it back. This is your new path forward. Just, accept reality and move on.
Yeah. And while this is all going on, Wynn has this like virus that he's going to like unleash onto like half the world or something. That's going to like this virus that's going to kill a bunch of innocent people. And so what ends up happening is he has some like heart problems, I guess, after like a fight with Spawn that they have at this ball. Speaking of ballrooms, and where Spawn had killed Jessica Priest. But anyways, they do this thing where they hook up this thing that if his heart stops beating, it'll set off this virus. So whether he lives or dies, it'll get set off.
Yeah, it's weird because, eventually it will just set off, and which is. I mean,
I have something like that in my heart, but what happens, when I die and my heart stops, it just releases Pepsi. So I don't know what's going to happen there. So we'll see.
I'm like Pepsi Man, like in the video game, sweet, nice.
He just gives everybody Pepsi around the world.
Pepsi Man should have been a character in this movie. It would have been welcome. He's also helping.
The CGI in the Pepsi Man video game is about as good as the CGI in this movie. So, but then again, 1997. So
they should have got a better budget by having Pepsi sponsor them, and Pepsi Man could just give Spawn Pepsi, and that's what makes him get stronger. It's like supposed about, but no, that game came out a few years after this. But yeah, so yeah, our boy Clown here, they eventually get into a fight. He turns into his true form, which is called the Violator, and just totally beats the shit out of Spawn. Spawn, he was too big for his britches here. He didn't. Had no idea that this clown guy was actually a real demon, and he got a few hits, but man, Violator just crushed him. You literally just threw him into a bunch of spikes so he couldn't even move his body. It literally looked like he was being crucified. Which is interesting. Symbolism there. My question later, if the demon, right? We understand that. He's pretty powerful. Obviously, he's not as powerful as the devil, but he's still pretty good. Is the clown shit just his normal personality as a demon, or is he just doing that? Because I want to know if he's in hell, if he's just acting like Clown but with his form. Is he the jester demon who's just cracking jokes all the time?
Well, according to his fictional character biography from the comic books, Violator is the oldest and most powerful of the 5 hellborn demons known as the Felbaic brothers. And his main purpose is to guide Hellspawn towards fulfilling the big dude's desire to cultivate evil souls on Earth for Hell's army. He has been Hell's guide for multiple Hellspawn, his latest charge being that of current Spawn, Al Simmons. However, Violator views humanity as weak and so asserts that demons should lead the armies of Hell, not Spawn. Accordingly, so much of his terrestrial activities, sanctioned by Hell or not, are aimed at proving his superiority to his master. The Violator's current humanoid disguise is that of Clown, a 3'10" overweight balding man with menacing face paint and 3 fingers on each hand in the comic books. The Violator is not a demon to be taken lightly. He has shown many times that he is more so I'm guessing he chooses this, visage for Earth, which I don't understand. My thing is if I could just choose, if he's choosing what he looks like. Yeah, so my thing is if the Violator, I don't know if he can choose to be what he is. Did he choose to be a clown that's 3'10" overweight and balding? Because why wouldn't you just choose to be a normal looking dude? That's what I'm, if you can choose what you're going to be when you're on Earth, because it doesn't.
Well, maybe that's it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's just a weird demon, and he thought that would be fun to do.
Yeah, it could be, but I'm just wondering, does he have the power to change it too? One day he can look like Brad Pitt, and the next day he can look like this clown. What it's just what the fuck.
I don't know. At least in the movie, it didn't seem like, but maybe in the comics he can. I'm not sure, but
yeah,
I'm gonna
Not
It's
from
on HBO now.
Yeah, the animated series. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on HBO Max, I think.
Yeah, I might have to start watching it again because I remember watching it back when I was like, in my 20s or something. So yeah. Anyways, so in the movie, then we got there's a thing where so basically he learns that the Violator and Wynn are both after his family at this one point, and then he's trying to rescue them. It's funny too. I was reading too about the thing is Cyan's not his kid in the comic books, but in this it seems like she is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like in the other one, it's like his, I guess stepdaughter or whatever you want to call her. So, yeah.
Is it not Terry's daughter either? Then?
Oh, no, it's Terry's daughter, but it's like not not his. Like after she was born after he died and was conceived, I guess, after he died too. So yeah, yeah. From what I'm reading on Image Comics website, or their database or something might be like a fan page or something, and it says that Cyan Fitzgerald was the innocent, wide-eyed daughter of Wanda Blake and Terry Fitzgerald. She was frequently an emotional sore spot for Albert Simmons, as he had tried to have kids with Wanda unsuccessfly. So he probably feels like a connection to her because he couldn't have kids with her. Yeah. So yeah. So then what else is going on here in the movie?
So he kind of figures out what's like sort of half the plan. At the very least. Before that, though, was this great thing where it's this training session where he's gonna learn how to do his powers and that lasts for 2 minutes and then he's ready to fight. I was like, oh wow, that's fast, learning. Usually, it takes weeks or months. Let's do a couple minutes and
it's like
you can use your powers now.
You're expecting a Rocky style montage or something at least, but no.
He does 2 things and it starts, I think you're ready. It's like, is he? I don't know.
That's
not sure about that, dude.
That's how all good training goes. It's the best baseball players in the world. You just hand them a bat and be like, okay, swing. All right, you're good.
I know. I think they had maybe a bigger budget. Actually, I don't even know the budget of this movie. It could have been a lot of money for all I know.
The budget was between 40 and 45 million. And then
so that's not too big for this kind of...
It was kind of successful at the box office and made 87.9 million. So, yeah.
I mean, at least it got double, what it was cost. But but it's I was expecting a kind of a bigger, scene that was just it was over and it's okay, so now he knows how to use his cape.
Yeah, I mean,
he's got this really cool cape.
It's like one of these training montages that you would see in Rocky or in the Hercules animated movie or something, where you're it's just
it's something that gives you a moment relief and suspense because it was kind of funny because they were kind of joking around a little bit, which again I wish this guy had more of a personality because no offense against the actor. I know the actor's really good, but the way he played it was he had almost no emotion. I don't know if that was, I think that maybe that was intentional because at one point Wynn read his dossier and says you are a borderline psychopath. So maybe that was intentional of not having any emotion, just getting the job done type of thing.
And it didn't help much when really Coglistro or whatever his name is doesn't really have much of a personality either. So in this movie.
He's just so stoned. I guess being alive or dead for 500 years and you're fighting, against hell, I guess maybe you do kind of develop that sort of stoic kind of philosophy because who knows? There could have been a whole bunch of spawns that he had tried to train and convince throughout these 500 years who all failed or either were killed in the process or decide to fight, for hell or whatever, So maybe he had to kind of put on a suit of armor, if you will, of mental armor or emotional armor to not get too, bogged down by, failure or disappointment or whatever. And but they could have done so much better with that. I think that guy was in the animated series too, but much better version than what we got in the movie.
I mean, it's nothing against the actor either. He was so there's this old live action movie called Excalibur, and he which I got a interesting, I think it was Excalibur. He was he played Merlin in that. And Excalibur, which was that's the movie. I was just making sure I had to see the cover of it. I may have actually talked about this on the podcast before, so I'm sorry, but there was so this girl Rachel, when we were in the 4th grade, they for English class or something, they wanted a movie for us to watch over a couple days. And so we decided we're going to watch Excalibur. And her family had two different versions of it, one with the nudity edited out and one without. She brought in the wrong one.
Oh, God.
By mistake. So we're sitting here watching it, and all of a sudden, like, I can't remember what character, but some woman's got like her, she's got like full frontal nudity right there, and we're like, in 4th grade. So it's just like,
it's such an American thing too, of like other countries don't really give a shit about that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, if it's just regular, if it's like full on sex, that's different. But like, if it's like, if it's just regular nudity, like Sweden's not going to make a big deal about it. In America, of course.
I remember when I was a kid, when it came to nudity, like I could get like Channel 9 out of Windsor, Ontario, and on my TV, and they would have like movies and music videos late at night that would just have full frontal nudity in them.
Oh,
and that's
just
just
crazy.
And that's and that was like on CBC, like the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation or whatever it was. Yeah.
One time, me and my brother were watching Monty Python reruns, and there was like this scene where this woman just walks into like a corner store just full on nude, and we're like, wait, what? They can just show this like on regular TV? Apparently they could back then.
I think I was like 12 or something, and I'm turning it on, and there's like this movie on late at night, and there's this like naked woman, and then a naked guy walks in, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here?
That's how I found out about Grassy High, is from watching that channel.
Yeah, that's where I used to watch it. Yeah, but it just like, I was like, when I saw it, I was like, should I tell my parents I'm watching this, or what should I do? It's like, yeah. Right. But anyways, back to the movie. So basically we got this situation where like Wynn's trying to poison all these people. So basically Violator and the big dude want to get Simmons to like kill him, because if you get Spawn to kill him, and then you kill two birds with one stone, basically, or you kill like a million birds with one stone. And because if he dies, he releases this virus thing. Terry ends up like looking into things and finds out, and he sends an incriminating email. An email incriminating Wynn to a news person. But just as the email is sent in there, Wanda and Cyan are being held like captive by Wynn, and Wynn like shoots up the computer and all this other shit. Because
like you do,
because he sent the email, and I don't know if his purpose of destroying the computer means that he thought that it wouldn't send. Then I don't know how people thought back then. I remember when my mom first got a computer, and she was convinced that her Hotmail account, which was on the internet itself, was clogging up her computer. I had to try to explain to her that that's on the internet. It's not on your computer itself. Like where the emails are stored is on there. Because she's just like, I got to spend a couple hours now deleting all these emails that I got the other day. And I'm like, okay, Mom.
Couple hours, wow.
Well, because she would like forget about them for a while and get it. But yeah, I used to do that too. But this was before you could like, if you like click all, you could select all. Like in the past back then, you would have to like click each one individually to delete.
Oh God,
yeah,
that's that.
Yeah, but anyways, so the email was sent and everything, and then so Clown comes in and he's doing his clown shit. We're basically taking the family hostage, and they tie him up and stuff, and they put a ball gag in Terry's mouth, which I thought was weird.
Yeah.
Where'd it come from?
No, probably from the clown. I don't know. Violator, Yeah.
Maybe that's what he means by. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't want to know. And so basically Spawn ends up like abstracting or what is it? What's that word? Like where you take something out of something.
Extracting.
Yeah. I'm tired, folks. I did like a million loads of laundry today, so I'm like really tired. So so he extracts the thingamabob from the heart of Wynn, and destroys it. So then the virus won't be released or whatever. And so Spawn is then he and Cog are sent to hell.
Yeah, there you go.
Cog. They both battle the demon and like subdue him, and Spawn is then confronted by the big dude as he basically says to them, "Hey, I'm not gonna fight for you. I've got my own shit to do." No. And so he escapes back to the Fitzgerald's house, and they come in, and so the Violator has recovered, and he follows them back from hell, and they have this like big confrontation, and Spawn decapitates the Violator, and he violates him, and
he's like, even to his death, he's still making jokes. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah. And then his head is like making jokes, and like you said, and like haunting them, and then he retreats back to hell.
So we don't even know if he actually got killed or not. Maybe, but maybe not.
Maybe they're setting up a sequel. That never happened.
Yeah, that never happened. No.
So then Wynn is arrested, and Spawn realizes that there's no place for him in Wanda's world anymore. He basically says that they're good together, whatever, his best friend and his girl, and I guess his kid.
And he's like Batman, where he's just kind of standing brooding on like a tall, like basically literally like Batman with the cape and everything.
Right. He returns to the back to the like homeless encampment or whatever with Cog, and then Zach was there too with Spaz and the dog. Yeah. So yeah.
Like the dog kept following him around. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's that.
Dog Violator, no fear.
No fear.
Spaz has no fear. Fucking bit Violator in Violator's true form, not clown Violator, like real Violator.
Yeah, because not clown Violator, but real Violator.
Imagine that. You're a tiny little. He wasn't even like a big dog. He's like one of those really tiny dogs,
Yeah.
Maybe like not even a foot tall, and he bit Violator in the leg or the ankle or whatever. Yeah, crazy, man.
Yeah, he kind of was like he's a little dog. He reminds me of my sister's other dog, Newt, which they've had for years. He's my buddy. He loves me too. Oh. He's always happy to see me when I come over. He's like all excited and barking at me and looking at me and wants me to pet him. I didn't get to spend enough time there today. I really wanted to like hang out with the dogs and my nieces and nephews, but yeah. So anyways, anything else to say about this movie?
No, not really. Just don't watch it. It sucks.
Yeah. Like on a scale of 1 to 5 scares, because it's our Halloween time movies. What do you give this movie?
The scare factor, probably.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be scary. I'm just using scares instead of stars. 1 to 5.
I would say the reason why I picked it, because even though technically it is like a quote superhero movie, it's because about hell and stuff. So I figured that's kind of has its own like horror. Like I swear to God, that demon thing scared the shit out of me. I would say about 3 out of 5. Like the head and the main dude. Like man.
So a 3 out of 5. That's probably where I would go with it too. I mean, I don't think I'd watch it again. But
no, definitely not.
Yeah,
not me.
So, anything else to impart on our listeners here?
No, not really.
Okay.
I mean, other than the normal shit we talk about, like being nice to people and stuff.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to say here, folks. Be good, be different, be yourself. Check out our TeePublic and our Patreon and help support the show. You can find links to those at all2ReelToo.com. There's links to our social media as well. You can follow us and stalk us wherever, just don't threaten. Just don't threaten my life or anything. I've had enough of that lately. Wish I was joking. Also, give us a 5-star review or whatever you can anywhere you're listening to this. Make sure you subscribe to the show and download our episodes and stuff like that to help the algorithm, give people the show and help more people find us. Comments, reviews, thumbs ups, all that good stuff. It helps. It's a little thing. It takes like 2 seconds and it doesn't cost you anything. So. I know I'm sounding like I'm begging, but please do it, folks. I would appreciate it. But other than that, just remember that trans lives are human lives. No human is illegal. Yeah. Free Palestine. Fuck the oligarchy. Just remember that I love you. The clown has more tricks than hookers.
That's right. That was what.
Sesame loves you.
Yeah. Yes, I do.
And until next time, bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to All2-ReelToo podcast, a Cullen Park production. Produced and edited by Michael E. Cullen II. Music by Matthew Hawes. Subscribe and share the show. Visit us at cullenpark.com.